So much here at Dalham Hall comes full circle. The first Darley Stallion parade took place in 1991, and the star of this lovely lawn then was Machiavellian. Fast forward to the mid-90s, and Machiavellian's first significant stakes winner was a mare called Rebecca Sharp. Rebecca Sharp raced in the black, white and red silks of Anthony Oppenheimer, who, out of Rebecca Sharp's dam on the house, 4 generations later, the 4th dam of this horse here, Cracksman, who is now one of the stars here at Dalham Hall, and Anthony is alongside, looking very proudly at one of your pride and joy offspring, Anthony Cracksman. It must give you enormous pleasure to see him here as a real star of the show.
I think it's fantastic. I mean, he certainly deserves it, because he was a very good racehorse indeed. Rebecca Sharp was a brilliant mare, and then Machiavellian, obviously the Stallion. But now we've got this Frankel horse, who is really a brilliant racehorse, and his stock looking very attractive indeed at the moment. We had Tattersalls visiting us to look at our yearlings, and they said that, unprompted I have to say, that they thought the Cracksmans looked some of the best horses they've seen for a long time. And
in all honesty, you just don't need a sales pitch for the best horse there's been by Frankel so far.
Absolutely. I mean, there's no question about that. And I mean, he started off really well. Won as a tour, but he was a bit immature because he was a later foal than some of the other stallions. And so it took time to get going. But once he got going, he was fantastic. And won, mile and quarter, no problem at all, winning by 7 lengths in Champion Stakes twice.
And am I right in thinking that he shares his, I think, 5th dam with the 5th dam of Golden Horn, who also stands here at
Absolutely right. Same sort of family, right, going back tap roots. They're terribly important in breeding horses. You really have good mares going back to really good families. And he certainly goes back to Laura, as does Golden Horn.
And the man who's knew this horse perhaps best as a youngster, James Frank, is with us now, because he runs your Hascombe stud.
Absolutely.
Just down the road here in Newmarket. James, welcome.
Thank you, Nick.
It must be quite a wonderful experience for you seeing 2 of your boys here at Darley. Do you feel like a proud dad?
We feel this way. I mean, I feel that way, and everyone else at the start feels this way. It's makes us very proud, really, to have 2 here and to have Cracksman we're looking at now.
So tell me about this horse as a foal. When you first clapped eyes on Cracksman.
Well, when he was born in the early hours of the morning, and the next morning when we walked in there, looked at him, he was a cracking-looking Frankel foal. We were quite pleased, and he actually saw, growing. He was quite a lovely foal. In the field, you could see, there was something special about him. But we didn't know he was going to be a champion. But there was something really special and eye-catching that we always kind of resonate with. Yeah, no, he was a lovely foal.
And when you've done your job at the stud and you send them off to be pre-trained and then trained, how closely can you follow them, or are you just straight back in, focused on the next crop?
I mean, we constantly follow them. We constantly get news about them. Every week or so. They tend to feed us more information that this one is doing well, this one is doing well, this one is not doing well. But with Cracksman, we just said he was actually doing well, and it was that day we were waiting for when he's going to go out and start racing. Which, when he did start racing, it was fantastic to see him run.
When he came to stud, we brought him to Hascombe stud on the way from the training stables, so he could go round, all the staff could see them, and all the local people who knew the horse could see him before he retired to stud here.
He had great power. He has great power, this horse. And he was a horse that people will think of as staying on well in those 2 signature performances at Ascot. But he had significant speed as well.
Female line actually is very, very fast, much faster than people realise.
And actually, going all the way back down that female side, it's the Nasrullah family, if we're going really deep into the roots.
That's a very long way back, yes, you're quite right.
And I'm guessing that is where actually you've got not just great galloping power, but also great speed. There's
much more speed than average Stallion has, because she's got the sort of Guineas winner in there, 1,000 Guineas winner, but also very fast, well-bred horses. So I think he will be, he'll do very well, I think.
And it's a very, very important year for this horse, because those first yearlings are going to hit the sales ring. How do you feel?
Well, I think, I'm very pleased with the yearlings. They're looking fantastic, really strong and powerful.
James, you remember this horse as a foal. The foals by him that you've seen and you've raised and you've nurtured, do they share his characteristics?
They do. I mean, we've got two yearlings at the moment that have got the same characteristics. Good-natured, easy to work with, and they're very lovely animals that we've got. I mean, the two colts we've got, they're lovely, good yearlings, and the two fillies, if you walk in a paddock, they are brilliant.
Strength, power, class. That is Cracksman, the best by the best.
He says yes.